the tariffs, okay? And now when we do business, you're going to have to pay me an extra XYZ percentage. All right? Now they're putting wounds underneath all their relationships, which is going to cause even more tension in World War III.
This is Proverbs 21:1. It says, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord.
Now you're dealing with the king's heart. That means Donald Trump's heart is in the hand of the Lord. Putin's heart is in the hand of the Lord. Merkel in Germany, that queen heart is in the hand of the Lord. All right? The Rothschilds, who are the real kings of the earth, are not even the kings that you see. The real kings of the earth are the Rothschilds. And their secrets in their organization. They're so rich, they don't make the Forbes list. All right? The Forbes list is actually the poor rich men. One Rothschild can eradicate that whole market with one of his trillions. They got old money. They got money so old, they're in the middle of becoming a quadrillionaire, which is more than a trillion. You need 1,000 million to make a billion. You need 1,000 billion to make a trillion. They're in the 300, 400, 500 trillion area and on up. All right? And then people say, oh, that's not it. Okay, you believe what you want. But you go back in the 1600s when Meyer and Shelbara, when they first sent Napoleon and the whole war, and they went and cornered the stock market and got all the money. What have they been doing with that money ever since? It's a central established bank in every single regime across the planet, except for about 2 or 3, a handful.
And who was the guy on Jekyll Island?
That's right.
They made that deal going against Woodrow Wilson.
That's right.
He said, I care not who makes the laws.
That's right.
I want to control the money.
That's right. And that's the establishment of the Federal Reserve. And once they established that Federal Reserve, they've been taxing the shit out of Americans. And these Americans walking right up and down here right now don't know that they're all paying taxes when, according to the Constitution, there's no law to pay taxes. And not one law says you have to pay federal taxes. But why are they all paying taxes willingly? Because they're sheep. All right? And he said, as sheep, they'll be led astray. Right?
Social Security number. They own everybody. They like your Social Security number is a stock ID number. That's right. They own the market.
But when you go back to your birth certificate or the front, depending on where you're and where you at born, there's a number on your birth certificate. So usually in red or green or blue. You have your birth certificate on you? You keep your birth certificate on you? Okay, now I don't want to. We're not gonna put it up to the camera or anything. But it's gotta be Jake. It's gotta be Jake, because only Jake can do some shit like that. All right? He's carrying his birth certificate. Now look, see that number in red? All right? I guarantee you, and he has 144 in his. The right way too, right? All right. But this number right now, if you was to go to fidelity.com and you go through the mutual funds, you go to the right search engine, and you put that number in, it's going to come up with you and how much money you've been made or been traded on the stock market for. Every time you sign your name, every time you put your social security number down and apply for, I don't care if it's food stamps, I don't care if it's to go get a social security card or to apply for a credit card, anything to do with their system, it gets law proving that you're part of the system. Once you're proven to be part of the system, then they're trading you in the marketplace because they know you're generating revenue. Their idea is that as long as you are out there in the market generating money and so forth, they say that you're going to generate at least $7 million in your lifetime through paying bills and working and interacting in their market. And so they trade you. You're in the market being traded to this day, which also proves the scripture that we're still slaves to this day. People right now, so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, they don't believe that we're slaves right now. If I ask this black woman walking up right now, are you a slave? You know what she's going to tell me? She's going to say no. All right? And I don't know if she will play with me. Hey, sister. And are you a slave?
You got to play
along.
Come on. I want to hear what you got to say.
Are you a slave or are you free?
What do you mean by that?
Are you a slave? Like, you know how they brought our people over here on slave ships?
Yes.
Are we still slaves or are we free?
I don't think we're entirely free.
Okay, but so we're not entirely free, we're slaves, right? See, no, but she's being honest. Right? But most people don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? If I ask another Jake, they're gonna say, no, shit, I'm free. And we ask this question often. Not free. But we're not.
Are you African?
How this was the land of America right here, this square right here. this land right, this is a square, it's the land of America.
Right.
Our homeland, let's say, is all over there by that orange cone. And we got brought over there from over there by that orange cone all the way over here. Now they beat us, they hang you, you rob you, and they hung you, and you do all these things, and then say, okay, now you're free, you can go. But you have no way to get off of this one same block. And if I'm not back in my homeland, with my people, run for my people, by my people, then I'm still a slave.
Right.
Period. But that's not even the goal to mention taxes. All right, and let's go give me Deuteronomy 28 and I think it's 48. One of all things. This is the proof of if you're a slave or not. Right here. Go to Deuteronomy 28 and I think verse 48. To my knowledge.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
Hunger. All right. Now I don't know how many brothers you don't have to put your shit out there on blast who got linked. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that means you go to them for food.
Yeah.
All right. Now, if they say, "Oh, I don't got no thing. I don't need no thing. I go to the store buy my food." Okay. Who owns the store? All right. Eventually, who gets the food to the store? Let them close the store down. Then where you gonna get your food? You have your own land to produce enough food for you and your family for the whole year. That means you still gotta go to who? The man for food. Go ahead.
It says in thirst.
And thirst. That's in water, milk, wine, drink, anything that's a liquid that you imbibe, you gotta go to them for. That's the same thing. Go ahead.
And in nakedness.
And nakedness. Where you gonna get your clothes from?
Wow.
Can you go you got your own sheep in your backyard and you can and get the wool off of them and take the wool and spin it out, comb it out, stretch it out, dye it, sew it, and make a garment out of it? No, so you gotta go where? To one of these stores, do what? Get clothing. All right? You still got to come to the man. Go ahead. Now, in our own lands, we can have our own space. And according to the scriptures, every Israelite had land. Every single one. Now, if you willed and dealed and didn't take care of your shit, you might be indigent. But then we had a welfare system set up that no one, say if all these men were landowners, they could not reap the whole 100% of their harvest. They'll have to leave a certain particular part of their field for the birds, animals, and for the homeless or for the travelers, for anybody who's in need. So if you was ever hungry in Israel, I can just walk through a field and take a crack of corn, come to the field, take me some lentils, go to another field, pick me some fruit, and I'm going home and I can go make me my own food. All right? Without having to go to the government, without having to come up there and say, I need a handout. So you won't have to lose your fucking dignity. All right?
When was the last time you seen a fruit tree up?
I ain't heard that no better.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Right after I finish your bill. All right? And I got you, bro. As long as you're not coming in contention.
Nah.
Right.
I agree with what you're saying, but I'm an African though. But go ahead though, because you ain't said where I fit in at.
Okay.
It says, and in want of all things.
And in want of everything. So what, you want a car? You gotta go to the man. You want name anything that's not that. You want to go play some sports. Okay, what do you want? What's your favorite sport?
Basketball.
Oh, so now where are you gonna get the basketball from?
Man.
You gotta go ahead and get it from the man. All right? But you know, it doesn't matter. We're 100% dependent on somebody else. That means you're a slave. Okay? So that was in that scripture. A little bit.
That's why I tried to throw it out there. This man is getting
Okay, finish it.
And it says,
you're going to be a slave one way or another. Whether you're black, white, purple, green, it don't matter.
Well, now what? Right. What Esau's done now, the so-called white man's done now, is he's slaved everybody, even his own people now. And you go around the world and you see, and you Google how many USA military bases are on other nations' soil, it's going to be over 600. And if you look up the word occupation, that's the definition of occupation. If I can I go to your house? And can I put these guys right here and give them weapons and they can be for me on your land?
Say, would I allow that?
Would you allow me to let these guys, I give them guns, and they're going to come and set up an army post on your land?
Hell yeah.
You would?
Hell yeah.
Why?
Because if they gonna try to defend me, what?
No, not to defend you.
They doing what I tell them to do.
Oh, hell no. That ain't gonna work, bro.
They doing what I want them to do. See what I'm saying?
That ain't gonna work.
But these other nations are letting them do it because they've succumbed to the bigger power. That's how you got the United States is all over the planet now. Why? With their military. But that's also part of the weakness because they're spread thin. the Lord's going to get them.
See, there shouldn't just be one person that tells somebody what to do.
You said what?
It shouldn't just be one.
No. It should be. It should be one person. It should be the Lord.
Okay,
Right?
that
And the Lord's
you're right
gonna
about
do them
that.
in righteousness.
You're right about that.
And then He's going to set up
But
other
if you're
men.
talking about putting a gun in somebody's hand, you're saying, I'm going to tell them what to do.
Well, that's what America's doing.
That's not going to happen.
Well, you got.
I don't agree with that. I don't care if we're American, African, Afghanistan, I don't care where we're from. If you're going to put a gun in somebody's hand and going to say, I'm going to tell it, I don't know with that.
That's what the American government is doing. Go ahead, finish
That's
that
not
question
cool,
so
though.
I can answer this question. Go ahead.
And it says, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed you.
All right. So He said He's going to put a yoke of iron on your neck so you destroy me. What group of people had yokes of iron around their neck? Okay.
Oh, wow.
Slave chains. And if this is also about being
That looks
lynched.
like some Alabama shit right there.
Yep, being lynched.
Right.
It's not Alabama shit, bro. This
No,
is
I'm
America.
telling you, that's what they do in Alabama.
I know, but this is what they do in America. I don't care if it was California. I don't care if it was Montana. There's not one state that did not have our people lynched up and hanging off the trees over.
You gotta
All right?
be fucking
They
kidding.
totally took us down. Okay.
Wow.
All right. So you got a question, brother? Go ahead.
All right, so I'm an African American, right? I descend from Africa. What's
What
my
part of Africa?
West Africa?
Okay, 99% of West Africans would be Israelites.
I disagree with.
No. Have you ever looked at a map dating back to 1700s?
Yeah,
What's it called?
I seen you talking about when it says Judah there or something like that.
It was Fort Judah, Fort Levi, Fort Benjamin, but I'm not even talking about them.
Right.
What did they call North?
You talking about Igbos?
Nope.
What?
Now Igbos are there, but what did they call the whole region? Negro land.
Okay.
From West Africa to over central toward
What does
almost the
what does
east
Negro
to
mean,
the
though?
north. It goes back to Latin. This means black.
Right. So
Right.
so that's my question.
And
If you go to Africa,
one second. Give me
Right.
who got the Zondervan's Bible dictionary? Somebody got it. Go ahead.
if you go to Africa, right, there's all blacks there. So how do you determine
Well, not all.
between
You got
how do you how
Arabs, white,
right? But I'm saying the majority of it is black. So how do you, especially West Africa?
Yeah.
So how do you determine or distinguish between me and you, right? Because you say you Israel, I'm an African.
First of all, it's the spirit. But if we go back into every single region over there in the West and North and West Africa, you're going to find in Benin. That goes back to the Hebrew word ban, which means sons. All right. As a matter of fact, Benin was in the news recently because they were complaining that France had stole some artifacts and they want them back. And France said, "Okay, we're gonna give it back to you." And if you look at those pictures, they look like niggas.
But right, all just because you are Shem or you Semitic don't mean that you didn't have Africans that spoke Semitic languages too. Because right. So even though we see a word might trace back linguistically, that doesn't necessarily mean that person is Israel or Shem style.
I'll go this far. Just because you say that a lot of Nigerians are Israelites, the Beninite, people from Benin, people from West Africa, whatever they name the town, we don't say all of them. We say some of them. Just like we're all scattered abroad. We don't say every American is an Israelite because niggas are over here. We'll say we're mixed and mingled among, and sometimes it's clear to see. Sometimes it's not. Give me the parable about the wheat and the tares.
What is my position though? I'm an
I'm
African.
telling you right now, you're an Israelite. You're an Israelite.
I'm an African. I'm an African.
If you want to be an African, you can be an African. But I would tell you, even calling yourself an African, you're just said that you're of 55 different places.
Really, you would need a might if you so-called African.
Oh, no, well, I was going to get to that one, but you jumped the gun. Hold on.
You said you said what?
Now, if you're a true African, or you're claiming to be an African, you're saying you're from 55 different places, because is Africa a country or a continent?
No, I'm saying my peoples come from there.
Is Africa a country or a continent?
Africa is a continent.
Okay, how many countries?
About what, 50? More than 50? It's over 50.
The scholars say 54, and some say 57.
Right.
So I'd say it's over 50.
Right.
Okay. So now, are you and can you be from 50 different places?
Well, I know where my peoples come from. For instance, right, we had practices that we did in West Africa. So when we came over here, we were still practicing those things like Wudan and stuff like that in West Africa. So if you look at where we was deported from, you can look at the practices that they practice over there and that they practice when they hit the shores over here, or either in the Caribbeans. And so we know where I come from. Like my mom, she East African. You know what I'm saying?
From what part of Africa?
She's East African. I don't know
What's your dad?
My dad, he's West African.
What
Yep.
country?
I don't know, Ivory Coast. Yeah.
Those are
Right.
Israelites.
But
and the only way you can, first of all, it's going to be through the spirit. Because is there a true Hamite person over there in West Africa, Northern Africa, Eastern Africa? Yes, I guarantee you, I'm pretty sure there will be some.
Right,
Are there real Israelites over there?
It's a lot of
Yes.
ham.
But the bottom line is, it's going to be through the spirit if you're an Israelite or not. You might look like an Israelite, and just because, we talk about confusion of faces, right? There's also reverse confusion of faces too. There's people who look just like all of us, and can be just the terrorist bastard, the most Edomitish person in here. And you couldn't even tell. They might not even talk like that. They might actually talk like this and look like this and act like this because they've been born and raised around niggas. But it's a spirit, and it's a spiritual. Give me the reading table.
Matthew 13:25. It says, "But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat."
Okay, hold on. Say it again.
It says, "But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat."
Okay, so he said he came and sowed tares among the wheat. You know what a tare is?
Basically, something that comes up before crops, like it's split.
A tare is a weed.
Yeah, a weed.
Right. They were born and raised around niggas.
It was a Negro land. We talking about what after?
You had just made.
I don't know.
You said niggas. You said niggas.
Said niggas.
Right.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
Niggas
Niggas means
nigga
black.
just means black. That's what the
Niggas
word
mean black.
That's the definition of the word nigga means black.
Anybody can be a nigga.
Eh,
Black
no,
or white.
No,
Niggas can only be
you're
black.
thinking that nigga means ignorant, which
Niggas
is not.
cannot
That's
only black.
that.
So you a nigga, he a nigga.
The word nigga just
Y'all
means
niggas.
the word nigga just means dark
That's an
skin.
ignorant person.
And you're ignorant for saying that, so you're a true nigga by your own definition. Go ahead. No, hold on. That's just dumb as hell. You want to you don't know your definition, idiot. All right, and so you be ignorant according to your own definition. All right, go ahead, brother.
I got a picture for that scripture. So this is Bill Clinton's son.
Right.
And he looks black. But his lineage, we could both at least agree that lineage goes through the father. That's
Bill
what
Clinton
is
is
an
Edomite.
Right.
Bill Clinton's an Edomite.
He's
This is
clearly.
his
Hold on,
son.
Slack, I'm just mad for a minute, man. Yeah, that's the typical thing that what an ignorant nigga would do. Because it really is an ignorant ass nigga. He stopped over the word nigga to be offended by the word nigga when if you go, I'll say what's the definition of the word in the pure etymology, and can you find that word in the Bible? If you go in Acts the 13th chapter, it says Simeon, which was of Niger, and if you think that, because it said Niger, and that's how they say it today, but you click on the word Niger, and the etymon, it's going to give you the phonetic spelling, and the phonetic spelling is going to say, matter of fact, I got an even better one. You can go to the Blue Letter Bible and go pull up Acts 13:1, and what's the dry eye from the straight eye? What's his name? Ben Steen. This is Ben Stein. He's the guy who's really just very dry when he speaks. He did that commercial for the
Bill Nye. Bill Nye.
No, that's a different guy. But it's Ben Stein. Right?
Oh, you talking about the dry itchy eye dude?
That guy.
Oh,
now he got the voice for the G sound. That sounds like him. I don't know if it is 100%, but he says when you press the button on where the so-called looks like Niger, and it says nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's what the word means, nothing more, nothing less. Now, over time, so-called white men use it against us to be as a negative connotation.
Right.
We use it how we want to use it. I use it in one sense and say, hey, my nigga, what's up? And the other one is like, I tell you, motherfucking nigga, get the fuck down the street.
Right.
And I got the right to do that because I can do what I want to with words. I can speak on it. I can use a word nicely, or I can use a word nicely.
I gotta ask
You know
a
what I'm
question
saying?
though.
It doesn't
I just
matter.
gotta throw this out there.
Go ahead, bro.
And I'm only saying this just because I'm a fucking white guy. I'm
You're not
sorry.
white. You're not white.
So-
You look white, but you're not white.
That man
Right,
white,
I'm just
man.
saying.
Your spirit,
Hey,
your
straight up.
spirit
This man is
my
white,
spirit's
yo.
gone.
Can
You
I
look.
white.
real quick?
He's the flip side of the example. The
Right.
picture I showed you, how Bill Clinton's son, even though Bill Clinton's a white guy but he has a black son, his father
Right.
he's a so-called black man, but he looks this color.
Right, but none of that don't. None of that. But let me ask you a question. Does that make a difference? Black or white? Does that make a difference? Though? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
absolutely.
Oh, it does?
Let's go to that in a minute. Because
Right.
Let's finish
Because
this one.
God,
And I would
He's on
love-
something else,
I
though.
would love to go into that one, but let me set this foundation with what we first. Matter of fact, I want you to go back to that. I want you to hold that, but I want your scriptures you read, right? What you reading?
the wheat and tear.
All right, right. I want you to go back to the reading tear, but I want Ham. But I want, matter of fact, give me Babylon the Timbuktu first, then give me Ham, and then we go back to the scripture.
Now you say you're from West Africa, right?
Right.
It's a reason. Now you gotta ask yourself, how do we get there?
Because before that, do you agree that Israelites were in Africa?
I agree that Jews came there, converted Africans. That's what I agree to.
Okay, well,
I don't think our people was Jews. That happened when they in 1419 when the Spaniards was kicked, when Sephardim was kicked up out of there, and then they
going back to 70 AD,
But even before that, even there is some practices that is there, but it was Jews that fled from East Africa or North Africa because of the Arab slave trade, and they was pushed west.
We're going before that,
right?
But we're gonna predate
I
that.
disagree. You go before that.
Let's go to the history.
We African.
Let's go to the.
You look like our people.
For one, Africans don't got the same soil.
Where's that one?
Now he ain't African. You know what I'm saying?
For one, Africans don't got the same soil.
Africans
don't get swag like
Let's
that.
stay with the same
All right,
facts.
this is from Babylon to Timbuktu. This is a book that was written by Edomites. All right, book page 84. In the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem in 70 AD. So in 65 BC, a war was started against Jerusalem, and it lasted 5 years. All right. It says General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state.
Now General Vespasian, Titus Domitian. You can go into the book of Josephus.
Right.
You can go into the Roman annals, and it's going to validate that Titus. Matter of fact,
Hadrian's Market. I know what you're talking about.
They got a big ass arch of Titus commemorating coming and taking down the Israelites. Okay. Now keep going.
And the Arch of Titus actually showed them sacking Jerusalem.
That's right.
Taking the menorah. It shows Israelites, dark-skinned people, getting sacked by white motherfuckers.
And the ultimate proof in a lot of this is you can go to the Roman catacombs right now. I got the book. I don't have it with me. I have it at the house. You go into the book of the Roman catacombs and look at all the pictures of the so-called Jews that hid under the catacombs to hide from Roman persecution. That lines right up with this, and all the pictures depict niggas.
Two things.
Curly hair.
What if it could be proved that genetically we're not African? What if? And what if even white people agree that we're Jews? Listen, there is El Nasser of Egypt. He's dead now. He said, I don't accept the Jewish race. He said, I don't accept the Jews of this century because they left white and came back black.
You know what?
No, they left white. They left white.
Hold on. You know what? That does not exist.
He didn't exist?
No, he exists, but guess what? I'm a Christian apologist.
He didn't say that?
We can't, listen, hold on.
Wait, did he say
that? No, he did not say that. Matter of fact, listen. Okay, all right, so let me talk to you.
Tell me why he didn't say that.
Okay, listen. Number one, he didn't say that.
How do you know that?
Because no, there's not one quote, nor is there literature on it. Hold on. No, that is fake. That is fake. Listen, if that, listen, ma'am. Listen, that is fake.
How is it fake?
This right here,
let him explain himself. Tell me how it's fake.
If you're going to try to find it and look that up in Time Magazine, there is not a quote that. He never said that. Matter of fact,
where did it come from? Where did it come from? If it's fake, where did it come from?
Did it come from them?
No,
that's where it came from. They did it.
No, they didn't infiltrate the internet.
Ma'am, listen. If I took down your number, we got the history on that. That is fake. Listen, genetically, okay, let me ask you a question.
We are the Jews of the Bible.
Okay,
genetically, they don't want us to know who we are. We are the Jews of the Bible.
Genetically, right?
Even Jews agree to that.
Listen, ma'am, you said if I can prove genetically. What do you mean by that?
I mean the fact that geneticists have gone back and looked at the evidence and have discovered that we are not African.
So you should have, hey, listen, most Jews have what you call J1 or JC2 there, right? Hey, listen, that J2 gene, that comes out of the north right there. The J1 comes out of the Middle East. If genetically, we should share some material with those people in the Middle East. We do not share that. North Africa, they share it though.
There's no such thing as the Middle East. Listen.
Okay, if it's not the Middle East, okay.
This has all been fabricated to keep from you who you really are.
Right.
They have fake Jews and a fake Israel waiting for a fake Messiah. And that Messiah is a demon.
Hey, she telling the truth.
Listen, bro, that what you got, we searched that. That's fake, yo. There is no literature on that, yo. Hey, listen, you can go to Time magazine, you won't see that what he just said. We Africans, dog. No matter what they say, we Africans, dog.
There's actually video. There's actually video footage.
Genetically.
You can find video footage of Gamal Abdul Nasser saying it in the pure Arabic, and it's translated.
But you know what? It wouldn't even matter though.
Saying that it's true.
If I was an African,
actual proof right here.
If I was an African, and you was a Jew, would it matter? Would it matter?
Can I ask you?
It shouldn't matter.
Can I ask you?
It shouldn't matter. That's the next one we're gonna get to.
Okay, let's get there. Because I'm trying to see where I'm positioned at. Because I'm pure African. I already got my genetic test already. I got DNA done already. I already know.
It's not even proven, bro.
It's all
Listen, it's not absolute, but it's a science to it. You should genetically share something with your children. Bottom line, you should share something with your children, your mother. It don't matter.
White people made DNA. I don't trust.
You got white Africans. Who in South Africa?
I mean,
Who in South Africa? Who in South Africa?
Hey, don't worry about.
Who in South Africa?
He made one nation. He made from one man all nations. We just different shades, color of people. But one nation, one man, all nations came from.
Okay.
But we like it or not.
Okay.
It's East Africans that look just like this, brother. East Africans look
why they
just
not
like
warring with the Africans today? Why they not warring with the Africans today? Why they not putting drugs in the Africans'
Who ain't warring with the Africans?
Why they not warring with the Africans? Why are the Africans
Who ain't warring with the
up
Africans?
north driving Benzes and Bentleys?
Who ain't warring with the Africans? Who ain't warring with the Africans?
You a fucking coon.
Who ain't warring with the Africans? Hey, hold on. Every day doing tests on African people, doing all types of wicked tests on African people, running all types of genetic tests on Africans.
Can I finish?
Come on, man. Y'all tweaking, man. You say what?
What caused that 7-day war?
What 7-day war? Talking about 6 day or 7 day.
Alright, I'm gonna start over. This is Babylon and Timbuktu. Alright, this is in the year 60 BC. The Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem in 70 AD. General Vespasian and his son Titus made made it into the Jewish state with great slaughter. Many atrocities, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people. If that's the case, what the fucking atrocities that against Africans today?
You talking about 70 AD?
Nigga,
70 AD?
we still get committed today.
Hey, what experiments being done on you? Because this experiment's been, Africans every day, all day long, getting experiment on. Test done right now. They Israelites? They Israelites?
Let me tell you something. Hold on.
There's more tests being done on Africans than it is in America. Why? Because if they did. Come on, bro. Y'all tweaking, man. Y'all better do the science on it.
No. First of all, white man science is flawed.
But you take your behind to that doctor, though, when you need your child healed.
I don't go to the doctor. I don't get my
child healed. You going to that doctor?
My daughter ain't got shit for that.
And they do. So why they doing vaccines on Africa right now, though?
Because they allow that shit.
Are they Israelites?
Some of them.
No. I already told you from the beginning. Some of the people.
So you ain't gonna go to the doctor. You ain't gonna go to the doctor when your children sick.
No, I don't go.
So when you sick, you ain't going to the doctor.
I don't.
You ain't gonna get your teeth pulled.
I don't. Matter of fact, watch this, bro.
He don't go.
How many? Hold on, bro.
Which one y'all go to? Which one y'all going to the doctor? Which one y'all go to the doctor?
Hold on.
None of y'all not.
Hold on, bro.
What about when you deliver your baby? Go ahead,
brother.
brother.
Are you gonna play fair?
Go ahead, I got you.
Ask him this question. You didn't ask me.
And I'm going to give you a testimony. There's a particular man, I'm not going to mention his name. He's standing around this vicinity. He gets afflicted from time to time, and once in a while he'll go into the ER. What did I say every time you do it?
Stop going to Esau.
What do I say do it?
Pray.
And what else? Get herbs.
Right,
call the apostles.
It's me.
We got.
It's me. It's me.
Hey, hold on. Let him finish. Okay, fine. But because you asked the question, you didn't have to. But I tell them off the rip, we don't. You can find a natural remedy for everything on this planet. I have a do not resuscitate clause and everything with me. Don't touch me. I don't want your drugs.
But you eat their food though, right? You grow your own food.
I wish I could. I don't have the access to grow my own food. If I had to, because I'm in slavery.
And it's illegal.
No, it's not illegal.
Right.
There's some places, but it's not illegal to grow some. But if I go in my backyard and grow some onions, which I got some right now, and they're not coming, they ain't gonna come. You can't come over. They're not gonna come and arrest you. But there's some places that do that in California and certain other places.
Where I fit in at, yo? Where I fit in at?
You're an Israelite by blood, but right now
I'm not no Israelite. I'm an African, dog. Okay, so where I fit in at? Where does the white people fit in at? Where we fit in at with God then? Where we fit in at?
Where who fit in?
Where does the white people fit in? Where does the Africans fit in at?
White people.
Where we going?
Edomite fits in as a
Where do we fit in at?
As a slave.
I'm an African. Where I fit in at? I'm from Ham.
Africans will be from, if you're a true
I'm a slave. I'm gonna be a slave too.
You'll be a slave as well.
But you ain't no Hamite.
And if you don't like it, then you leave.
Listen. Hey, listen. OG, do me a favor. I just got one more question.
I want you to break a
all right, cool. That's what I want to do.
I want to break a scripture.
I want to do that, yo.
I need some edification.
Hey, you look. You got an Irish beard. You got Irish in you. Trust me. You got Irish. Listen, you got Irish in you. You got 14, probably 15% white Caucasian in you, bro. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Yeah, my mom got Irish in her. I know, yo.
That's called deflection. That's called
Answer the question.
Let's stay on one point.
My seed come from my father.
If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth in the captivity. So he that leadeth in the slavery should go into captivity.
So what's that saying?
You say,
and this is Revelations too.
That's the beast system, yeah.
No.
What is it saying?
It said, read it again.
Right.
He that leadeth into captivity. He that leadeth into captivity.
Right. Yeah.
Shall go into captivity.
Israel led in captivity their own children. They own people.
Are you fucking serious?
Did they not? The Bible said, hold on. The Bible said they did worse than the nation. Did it not say that in Jeremiah?
What didn't show me?
Just answer the question. Did Israel do worse than the nation?
No. Show me a scripture that says that Israelites took their own Israelites and put them in slavery.
You just said that the nations led each other in slavery, right?
I said that first, right? Every nation has put
okay, so let me ask you. Hold on, but have they led each other in slavery?
The nations have dealt with each other too. But show me where the Israelites have put their own people in slavery.
All right, so let me ask you this question. In the Bible, I'm going to answer that. Listen, in the Bible,
I want a scripture that says
in the Bible, did it say that Israel did worse than the nations that were surrounding them? Did it say that or not?
It did not. At different various points in time, some Israelites. Well, he said the deeds of the Israelites surpass the deeds of the wicked. That does not mean that we went and put our own people.
Yes, it does, because you did that. Look at Jeremiah. Jeremiah tell you that.
No, first of all, you go back into the law of Moses, and it's not unlawful to make an Israelite a slave.
They broke the law. Did Israel break the law? Was Israel breaking the law or not? Was they breaking the law?
You're not listening.
If they wasn't, why they over here then?
You're not listening.
They broke the law.
We all broke the law, but you're not listening.
Right. So was they putting other Israelites in slavery?
I'm going to wrap it up.
All right, cool. You're right. I'm going to let you go. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
If you go into the law says that if you want, as an Israelite, want to have an Israelite slave, that he must take that servant, that slave, and take him to the outer post of his land. Go get the judges. They bore his ear with an awl, and he will be his servant forever. It's a righteous Israelite who can have a righteous Israelite slave.
Brother, I know that.
Nothing to do with, hold on, has nothing to do with Israelite enslaving somebody else. The topic here in Revelations, the 11th chapter, was the 13th chapter? The 13th chapter, the 9th verse, it says, he that leadeth into captivity, the people who got brought into captivity is the so-called Negroes, the so-called Latinos, the so-called Native American Indians. And we got brought over the transatlantic slave, the passage, and got brought over here on cargo slave ships, which is in the scriptures, Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Therefore, I will bring you into Egypt slavery again with ships. By whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it, your homeland, no more again, and there
that's talking
you shall
about
be
literal
sold.
Egypt.
No. Okay,
He's talking about literal Egypt. He said again. He said again, yo. He said again.
Hold on.
Listen, when did you come to America? When did you come? When was you in America?
Hold on.
You never came to America.
Okay,
He said lead you back into Egypt again.
Okay, now
when was you in
let's
America?
validate
You
it.
never was in America,
Hey,
yo.
hey,
And Egypt means
hold on.
Egypt means Mesraim, not bondage, yo.
No. What's the definition of Mizraim?
In the Hebrew,
In the Hebrew, what's the definition?
It means double straight, double straight.
Okay,
double.
what is double straight? What's the straight mean?
Double. What do you mean?
What?
What?
No,
Show us what it
I'm just
means.
gonna cut you right
Show
now.
us what it
It means
means.
bondage.
No, it's not.
I'm about to
Double
prove
straight.
No, it does mean double straight.
Mesraim,
But
upper
that's
and
what
lower
it
east.
means.
Upper and lower
What's the
east,
word
upper and
Mizraim?
lower kingdom. The northern and the southern
Come on.
are two kings. You don't know what you're
So
talking
take
about,
the
yo.
word Mizraim and break it down to the root. What's the root of the word?
What do you mean? What's the root of the word? Mesri? What is it?
You tell me. You're the scholar.
It's Mesri?
No.
What? We know about the people Mesri because the Akkadians talked about them.
Ma is the prefix in Hebrew means what?
You tell me. Go ahead.
You know the word. Ma means from.
Okay, go ahead.
Of or from.
From and where?
Okay. Yum at the end of a word means what in Hebrew?
It's plural.
Ah! Okay, he finally got one of them right.
Plural.
So what does tazar, the root of the word, mean?
I don't know. Tell me.
Bondage.
Where's that at though?
I'm about to go pull it up. I got it.
Pull it up then.
Right.
Where's that at?
I'm about to pull it.
Mesraim. Hey, do you know
Hold on.
the Akkadians wrote? Okay, pull it up, brother. Let me speak. The Akkadians, they wrote about Mesri. They wrote about Mesraim. Now, how come every place you went, it's not called Mesraim?
Okay, so because first of all, in the scriptures,
right?
Matter of fact, give me Genesis. Give me Genesis, the last chapter when they about the Atad, when they were mourning at Atad, and they called the place Abal what? Mizraim. All right. Egypt was not even the original name. Egypt is a Latin Greek. What does Matazar mean? That's right. What does Matazar?
Your homework is wrong.
What does Matazar mean?
Go ahead.
So what does entrenchment mean? What does entrenchment mean?
Listen, go ahead.
You don't know what it means?
I know what it means, but go ahead. Spit your knowledge. You live. Go ahead.
I don't care about all that either. All right. Entrenchment. Since you're not going to go into it, I won't. Origin, the same. It says still origin, the same as 846.92. In sense of a limit. That'll give you matazar or matazawar, a siege, enclosure. Matter of fact, if I put these brothers under siege right now, what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna get somebody else who wants to play. Do you know what the definition of the word siege means? If I was to besiege these men right now, what would I be doing?
Enclose them.
Fighting them and keeping them at bay in an area where they can't get out of, right? I'm under siege, they can't get out. Because if they could get out, they wouldn't be under siege. Am I correct?
Yeah, like
okay.
siege of Leningrad.
There you go. There you go. All right, but it says, wait a minute. Oh, another origin. Why? Because it's not the root of the word. And understand to know the fullness of the word, you have to go back into the origin. You learn that in
context, bro.
And you don't get the con with the text. You don't get the con with the text unless you go back into the history of the word.
Hey.
If you don't go into the history of the word, you can't understand
So who
is
this son called?
Hold on, I'm not finished.
See,
I'm not finished because I'm going to finish my
because you don't want the word. You out of context.
You don't have the word because I'm going into the word. Now we're going to origin is from H6696. Click on that. Tazawar. To be what? Bind.
You out of context, yo.
That's the root of the. You can't say Tazar. You can't say Mizraim.
This brother don't even know anything grammatical. Look, grammatical. You got to know noun. You got noun. You got verbs. He got all of this messed up. You feel me? You cannot do that, yo. That's out of context.
How's that?
That's out of context, yo.
Hey, you just walked up, right? You don't know anything. You just don't know what's going on. You just say, damn, what's going on, right? Now, if I go into an English word that has a prefix, a suffix, and a root word, what's going to give you the true understanding of that word? The prefix, the suffix, or the root? Like for instance, running. What's the suffix in running? What's the suffix? ing, right? ing. That's the suffix that comes at the end, right? So, what's the root of the word running? Run. All right. So, in order for me to know what running means, what word do I gotta know? So either you fuck with me, or you can go.
Listen,
I'm not gonna play no argue back and forth game. We're for edification.
You out of
That's
context.
a simple. You say I'm out of context, then leave us.
Okay, let me ask you a
the Bible
question.
says to somebody who's out of context and a person who's going off after two admonitions reject. Then reject us and leave. I'm rejecting you.
You ain't let me speak. You let me say nothing.
You're on our show.
Right.
I can stand in front of him.
Right.
He's no longer here.
Right.
I'm not gonna play the game. He's gonna play. You said we're out of context.
You're out of context.
I just asked a random random person.
You out
well, how do
of
you get
context.
to the context of a root of the word, and you're gonna say
You out of
that's
context. You out of
So then
context.
we
You don't know
will
what you're
never
talking
agree,
about. You
and
don't know
we
what you're
will have
talking
nothing
about.
else to say.
You can't take.
If you have a question,
Hey,
I'll
what's
ask you. If you have a question, I'll
what's
ask you a
Ham's
question.
son's name? What's his name? It's Mesraim. Did he run? Did he run? What's his name? Was Mesraim siege? Was he besieged? Right. Look at him.
You go back, we're gonna go back and edify the camera and the young brother over there,
Right.
whoever else wants to be edified. Because if you're not here for edification, then you're not
Right.
here. You're not
They
here.
they blind gods. They misteaching the people. They ain't teaching this Bible right. You hear me?
This is the book from Babylon to Timbuktu. All right. In the year, if y'all wondering how we got into Africa to be captured, this is a account written by scholars and actual historians who did the research and wrote books about it. All right, now they got a question. If you want to keep something from a nigga, what you do?
Have you heard that statement?
If you want to keep something from a nigga, what you do?
You lied to him like you been lied to.
No, you put it where? In a book. You put it in a book. You probably ain't heard that before. All right. My grandmama used to say that. If you want to keep something from a nigga, you put it in a book.
That's the old Negro problem.
All right. So this is a book called From Babylon to Timbuktu. Right? It says, in the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey, which you're going to actually look up this general, who was the actual man, who actually lived, who actually
And
conquered.
King James was black too.
Who actually conquered. Yes. All
King
right.
James was black.
Jerusalem in 70 AD. General Vespasian and his son, Titus. General Vespasian and General Titus are actually men who actually lived. They got an arch of Titus to commemorate Titus, the things that he did to us as a nation.
This brother sitting up here lying, man. This brother gonna try.
Let's also validate this down, right? So let's go to that's all right.
The Most High did that.
Right.
The Most High did that.
And retaliation, it would be broke. It's not broke, so shut up. All right? Don't play no game. Don't play no games over here. Right? You either play fair and righteously, or you did.
You ain't played fair and righteously. You wouldn't even let me speak. Right. Exactly.
You lied.
Go ahead, do your class. Do your class. I'm listening to you. We're gonna address this. You lying.
What context means?
I'm-
It means which text.
Nah, bruh. That's out of context.
If I'm like break down a word, I gotta go into the etymology to the root.
So is Mesraim or not? What is Mesraim? What is it?
So now watch this. I'm gonna put in Roman. Matter of fact, I think I got some of these pictures in my
This brother tweaking. Let me.
All right, read it. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Those same conquerors went to all these lands and changed the name.
Oh, everything.
Egypt, America, Africanus, America, Egypt.
That was gonna be my
What empire didn't change the name?
Before Scipio Africanus attacked a Roman general, attacked and conquered Africa in the name of Rome, they gave him the award of naming the place after him, Scipio Africanus.
Hey, y'all see he didn't answer my question on where the Africans come in. He didn't answer that. You see that?
Period. That's where you get the word Kemet from, where you get the word Kemetic from, where you get the word chemistry from. All right? But before it was nothing to do with Africa. So to even call yourself African is to say, I am cool with Scipio Africanus, and that's my guy. Okay? And if you don't do that, also walk to the left, to the right, north, south, east, and west. Don't get goddamn as long as you're not next to me. And I don't want the Lord to destroy your ass right next to me. All right? But if you go back into the Roman catacombs, you'll find pictures of different people like this, okay? Back in the time period of the Romans, time period, these were philosophers. Those were the people, all right? Now, I want my book. I don't have that book with me, but I'm going to go look up Roman catacombs.
All right. So it says, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jerusalem state with great slaughter.
These are the Edomites.
These are Edomites.
I'm the Israelites, they're the Edomites.
These are the so-called white.
Edomites are Arabs.
This is back in 70 AD, right?
Edomites are Arabs. Japheth is a white man.
Of Israel by who? By the Roman general. Now, according to historians and according to the Bible, the Israelites fled from Roman persecution. You can put this on your film because I found the pictures. These are all pictures of the Israelites.
We know about the
and the Roman
catacombs.
catacombs. What color were they?
We know about the
What color were
catacombs.
they?
They got many of those pictures. They also got white ones and everything, yo. They got white ones and all of that. They look like Arabs. Them the Arabs right there, yo. Them are Arabs. Them are Arabs. You know them Arabs, man.
Ain't not one
Them
time
Arabs, yo. Them Arabs. Them Arabs. It's Arabs. Arabs been in Rome. You better do your history, yo. Arabs in Rome right now. What are you talking about? This boy need to pick up a history book, yo. Arabs been in Rome. You know what I'm saying? Arabs ran the world. The Semitic people ran the world before the white man did. You don't know what he's talking about, yo. Arabs was in Rome. Arabs was in Africa.
What land is it on?
And I don't think the argument,
What continent are we on?
argument was
United States and what? America? All say we so-called Americans, right? That's our citizenship, not our nationality.
And did Paul do the same thing? Did Paul call himself a Roman? Yes, but when they asked him what his ethnicity was, I am a Jew. I'm from the tribe of Benjamin. I'm an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin. All right? He said I was raised up in Tarsus from no mean city. So he'll break it down, saying, well, no, I'm a citizen of Rome, but my nationality is what? A so-called Jew of Benjamin. All right? He was a Benjaminite. Why would he make a separation? Because there's a difference, man. Go ahead, bro.
And until you get this, and until you circumcise your woman like the real Africans do, you ain't no fucking African, man. Until you get this goddamn plate in your lip and you start
Israel did the same thing.
You ain't no fucking African.
Look, Israel did the same thing. Israel did the same thing. Yeah, they did, yo.
Yeah, but that's their custom.
Yeah, they was making dung patties. Israel was making dung patties. Stop playing games.
Learn not the ways of the heathen. Right? He says, learn them not.
Then why you eating like the heathen then? You eating like the heathen. You got on heathen. You got on Nikes, yo. You got on Nikes. That's heathen clothes. Nikes is a heathen god.
What's the word?
Right. You got on heathen clothes.
I don't care if it compels you and offers you whatever. Don't say shit with him now. He is blacklisted for show now. Now you're showing to your warrant. And it's too intentional.
I'm finna go around to the other corner, around the corner, man.
All right? But now since he's about contention and now the slander and all the rest of the shit, then that's fine. He can subvert anybody who wants to be subverted, and anybody fall for his shit, that's good. Fuck them too. Okay? Go ahead.
All right, so it says General Vespasian and his son Titus, the Jewish state with great slaughter. Many atrocities, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people. All right, now let me ask you a question.
The atrocities were so rampant. I'm sorry, I'm giving it right back to you. It was so rampant that they had to flee from Roman persecution. And where did they flee? They fled. And some of them fled out of the country. Some of them went into the Roman catacombs. Some of them fled all over the place to get away from what? That jam.
Can I ask you a question? Okay, let me ask you a question. When did Jesus go to hide out?
He went where the Arabs was. He went where the Arabs was. Blacks been pushed down south. He went where the Arabs was, yo.
It's right now. Hold on now. Egypt is run by Arabs right now, but the original.
They was ran by Arabs back then.
No, they weren't.
No, they called it Nabateans.
Don't deal with
right.
Because I'm just going to, trust me, don't deal with this. We go to Egypt. We go Egypt back when Egypt was Egypt. And let's go see what group of people were Egypt.
I'm speaking my heart, and I believe in Jesus converted. I'm trying to get home, but look at this.
Read it out. That's perfect time.
I'm completing my audio. I'm short $1 million. Please, I want to go.
I got you.
Give me your name when you
Oh, you good. You good.
Thank you. Now we going home, sister. God, if God works, give me some way.
I know.
Give me your feet.
Huh?
And I'm gonna middle back what I can.
Just keep me in. You gotta do, man. Keep me in prayer. There you go. Do your thing. All right, God bless you guys. You good, bro? You good? You don't kiss me, man. But you good.
Can I send it back to you?
Right, you good. You good. You
Send it
good.
back to you?
Huh? No. You cool. You cool.
No. Read that again. Read that again.
This is Ham, the youngest Noah born.
Hey.
And now this Hamite is holding up the Israelites. What color they? Dark skin, brown, light. You see braids? And you see the braids?
Those are Canaanites, yo. We got their cartouches.
You got dark, brown, and light. All shades of the
Those are Canaanites.
If you go read the hieroglyphs, it says that they enslaved the Hebrew Israelites. All right?
They enslaved everybody. They enslaved like 7 nations, yo. I got the history on that. That's the walls of Karnak, yo.
And one of 8 persons can live through the flood.
So now this is from the Edomite white scholar, correct?
Zondervan,
go ahead, bro.
Right? He became progenitor of the dark races Not the Negroes.
What?
Not the Negroes.
The niggas we saw.
But the Egyptians.
Ooh!
So the Egyptians was dark skinned, black.
Hold on, let me get a picture to validate it.
That's why Moses was confused with the Egyptians.
Hey, they called Paul.
They
They
dark
dark
skinned.
Hey, they said, "Are not?" They called Paul, "Are thou that Egyptian?" He said, "No, I'm an
Arabs,
Israelite
Arabs,
from the
yo.
tribe of Benjamin."
It's over for him.
I know this is
Alright.
live. I saw somebody finish it.
It said
I'm going around the corner,
he
man.
became the proprietor of dark races.
Going around the corner. Hey, they up here lying, man. They ridiculous, man. Hey, y'all see them guys lying like that, man? They some liars, man. That's all they do is lie. You hear me? Some liars. What's going on with the fam out there? What's this right here? Let me pull my pants and my pants falling down. Yeah, hold on. Hey, y'all see they sitting up here lying, man, on the text, man. And what up? Who will be saved? What up, Alan? Oh yeah, definitely. We finna go around here, man, to this other. We gonna get up with the mother brothers and let you talk. They wouldn't let me talk, man. He lying. You know what I'm saying? So we finna go around here and get it in with these other guys, man. With the other, they separated today. You got some working this corner like devils, and some down here on State Street. So we gonna go around to that spot, see what's going on. Hey, I helped dude out, man. Dude kissed me on my cheek. I said, man, don't kiss me on my cheek. You know what I'm saying? You good, though. Don't kiss me on my cheek, though. Yeah, so what they got going on here is they got like little foot soldiers, you know what I'm saying, that's out here. And these little foot soldiers that they got, they, you know, you see what they did, they surround them, you know what I'm saying? So nobody can overtake them.
100.
Or be on some other stuff, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm finna go down here, man. See these other guys down here, man. I think they down here on State Street. I ain't sure though. Well, this is State. I think they on State. What's this right here? They on one of these streets. Yeah, dude, man. So y'all see what they about? They don't want to let nobody speak for real. They know already. He's lying, man. You can't use Mesraim like that, you know what I'm saying? This is an actual person, you know what I'm saying? He try to say it means bondage. Come on. You look at the root of something, then you try to use that and say, this is what this means. Nah. They probably know I'm coming down here too. Yeah, so hold on, you guys. You can hear them yelling. You can hear them yelling already. Yeah, y'all can hear them down here getting it in. They yelling already. Hey, this the big ones right here, man. These guys right here. They deep. There's a lot of them. Look at it, man. Look at it. They back out here with it, man. They got Edomites out here and everything, yo.
It's a price to pay.
Look at it.
And this man out here that won.
What's up with
that?
that?
What the fuck you want, nigga?
What up? What up, man?
Stupid, dumb, goofy
What's up,
ass.
man?
G
G consciousness in the building. Right. What's that? Look, you see them trying to, you see them? They trying to, look at it, take them out. Look at it.
You fucking pussy.
Look,
Back
look.
onto our regular schedule
Look,
program.
they out here cursing me, right? You ain't supposed to curse your brother. Why you curse your brother?
You got a question?
Why you curse your brother? Why you curse your brother?
What's your question?
Why you curse your brother?
What you got? Hey.
Am I not your brother? Why you curse your brother? You know what I'm saying? What up, OG?
He said, who is my brother?
Right.
Who is my mother? But them that do
But no,
the will of the
they
Father.
and who ain't doing the will of the Father?
This society
You not, bro.
I'm not, bro.
Pedophilia.
I'm not doing that.
Pedophilia is
You're not. This is the only one.
You right. You right.
In doctrine,
And
man.
guess what?
That's it.
They got their argument.
That's it.
And
We
look,
need to
they're
repent and come to
validating their
knowledge of the
argument
truth.
now.
Hey, bro,
Why?
listen. What
Because
y'all
you
teaching
people
is not true.
justify
You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
well, see, then you'll
And
see
what came
soon
with
enough
homosexuality,
who was right. It'll be
transgenderism?
made manifest.
What came with transgender?
Right. Okay, let me ask you this question.
Pedophilia.
The Bible said that
bestiality,
Israel did worse
and now
than the
you can't
nations.
speak
Is that
up
true?
against it, 'cause now that makes you people a
Right. So
hypocrite.
they was
That
doing
same argument,
pedophilia
what?
and all of that
Love
stuff,
is
right?
love.
Ain't that what the Bible
Love
said?
is love.
So what's your point?
Let's
that what the
not
Bible say?
judge.
We
Guess
did all
what?
manner of wicked.
Pedophiles are now
The Bible
using
say we
that
did
same
worse than-
argument
Hey, listen.
against you.
That's why we in this position.
They
That's
now
why
saying
you
love
are
is
like you
love.
are right now.
Well, like
because
what?
of that.
Like what?
You're blind. You're gone.
I'm not a pedophile. I don't.
Wait a minute.
I'm not a homosexual.
Wait a minute.
Well,
There's plenty of pedophiles and homosexuals out there. Okay? Plenty of that. But that's not the only wickedness, bro. That's not the only wickedness. See, you fornicate. Okay?
I'm married.
See, you don't even know what
Right.
fornication
It means
means.
unlawful marriage. Oh, you talking about spiritual fornication?
That's what
Right.
fornication
You fornicating
is.
too then, ain't you,
That's
right?
no.
How you not?
Because I
You
believe
eat
in the
naked.
one and true living God. Okay? He said that Israel Zion is likened unto a comely and delicate woman. All right? He says that we are married unto him. So if we serve another God, or it could be a false doctrine. If we worship and believe in a false doctrine, that's fornication.
And guess what? He has a great controversy.
Just like when you first see the first
he has a great
fornication in the Bible,
America.
it talks
He got
about
controversy with
how
Moab too.
that.
You cried for fucking
Matter of fact, I'm gonna get it.
All right, you
I'm gonna
catfish
get it. The
face
first
piece of
time you
shit.
see fornication in the
Go
Bible,
ahead.
this has nothing to do with sex, bro.
Pan face, Go ahead.
Proverbs 17 and 15. He that justifies the wicked and he that condemneth the
Yeah, I
just,
understand that. I have no problem with
are an
that.
abomination unto Yahweh by Shimei.
Right. Oh, yeah, but
You justifying the wicked.
right.
You condemning the just man. Curse your
I have no. I agree with you, brother, on that.
Galatians 1 and 8. But so we or an angel
But let me ask
from
you this
heaven
question, right?
preach any
So this
other
is the first
gospel.
time you see the word
Hey, my
fornication
man.
in the Bible. This
Oh,
is
shit.
2 Chronicles 11.
But
It says,
though we
moreover,
or an
he
angel
made
from
high
heaven
places.
preach
What's
any
a high
other
place
gospel unto
according to
you
the scriptures?
than that which
It's
we
a
have
place
preached unto you.
of worship. This is outside.
So it says, moreover, he made high places in the mountains of Judah and caused the inhabitants of Jerusalem to commit fornication and compel Judah thereto.
Right.
Is that talking about sex?
No, that's why we say spiritual fornication.
Okay, so that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because now the thing is, we went on. You know what I'm saying? We were serving these other gods, right, of these nations. It says in Psalm 96, for the gods of the nations are idols, but Yahweh made the heavens. Right. Okay? So here it is, the nation of Israel was punished because of their disobedience and doing all those things. So he said, okay, now I'm going to take you up out of your land, scatter you amongst all these nations. When you scattered amongst all these nations, you're going to do the things of that nation. That means that now, since you're doing it, you know how the saying go, look like a duck, quack like a duck, is a damn duck. Right. So if you look like one of these other nations, you act like one of these other nations, you're one of these nations. We, the Israelites, was those Gentiles that could come back. You know what I'm saying? We were those heathens that can come back. We're not the natural Gentiles. We're not the natural heathens. But if we do the things of those nations, then we are those.
Okay, but before Israel moved out of their land, they was doing a lot of wickedness before they moved out of their land. And they wouldn't even scattered yet, right? So they got kicked out, right? So it says they did worse than the nations. So let me ask you this question. If you doing the same act or worse than the nations, why is it that God can save you, but he can't save them?
We're the special chosen people.
Chosen for what though? What are you chosen for?
To have the kingdom, the inheritance, the rulership forever and ever. See, the nations, he made people, right? The Lord made people, right? And he split them into different nations, right?
Right.
It says, hey, give me a promotion coming not from the east.
From one man, right? Adam, right?
We all come from Adam.
Okay,
that's
well,
here on the earth today.
Acts 17 says that he made from one man all nations, right? But it says that they might, the nations might seek him.
Talking about the nations that we went to, and it's us that's going to come back. It's us that's going to return.
No, it says, you just said, from one man come all nations of people, right?
Yes.
Now, he said, now when Paul says this, he said God made one man, and from that one man come all nations. He said that those nations might happily seek him.
What you have to understand is, like I said before, we, the Israelites, we messed up. He kicked us out of the land and scattered us among the nations. So we were likened unto those same nations. But guess what? If we come back to the knowledge of the truth, like it says in Deuteronomy, matter of fact, I'm going to get it real quick. Matter of fact, I'm going to get it. Go ahead, brother.
You're going to be grabbed too in that cup.
Isaiah explains itself. Isaiah 11 and 10. In that day, a root of Jesse. Now let's say, hey, this one man, this root of Jesse, shall stand there in Zion to other people. To the Gentiles it shall seek, right?
Right.
And his rest shall be glorious. It shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set again the second time he will cover the remnant of his people. Who's the Lord's people?
Israel.
Israel. But he just called them Gentiles.
Where did he call them Gentiles then?
To it the Gentiles will seek. His rest shall be glorious. It shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from where?
That's 2/3.
Assyria,
Everybody.
Egypt,
Everybody
Pethro,
that got
Cush,
Galilee.
Elam,
Everybody not in the
Shinar,
truth.
and
Y'all
Hamath, from the isles of the sea.
You a hypocrite.
And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and assemble. Now who's these nations? Who's these people who assemble? The outcasts of Israel.
Right, we understand. Okay, I have no dispute with you on that as far as in regards to when you talk about Israel being to the nations, and they're gonna come from Patros, Egypt, and all those Carthage, all those different places. I have no, but
that defeats the whole argument. That one scripture, because I guarantee you this. Explain this.
We are not brothers.
Isaiah 16 and 4. Let my outcasts once again. Who's the Lord's outcast? You just named it. Let my outcasts dwell with Moab. Grand secular history that Israel dwelled with Moab. Where? When did that happen?
That happened in the past.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Just check it out. It says this. It says. It says Moab, be thou a covert, shall be a coverer from the face of the spoiler. Who's the spoiler? Esau, Edom. For the execution is at the end. It's the end of the world now. His end is near. So when these outcasts are going to dwell amongst Moab, that's now. You see
where's Moab at though?
The so-called Chinese. You see them all break dancing.
That's in Jordania though.
Are you? It's the people before it's a place. The Moabites, just like we say Edom. Hey, Idumea is called what? That's the Greek word for Edom, but where's that at? Right here where we're standing. Isaiah the 34th chapter. My sword is bathed in Idumea. Where's that? Is that over there in the ancient land? Oh, that's right here.
When Rome came down, they called.
You go back to yours.
When Rome came down, right? Did they not call Edomites Idumea?
The Romans?
Yeah.
Yeah, they was Edomites.
Right, and they called them Idumeans, right?
Yeah, they Edomites.
So,
Idumea is Edom.
Right. So when they did that, that was when? What century was that?
When they did what?
When they came down and called the Edomites Idumeans. That was around by like what? 30?
That was, well, in the Greco-Roman Empire, you know, because when the Edomites that first came into power was during Alexander the Great, the Greeks, and then it became the Greco-Roman Empire, then it became the Roman Empire, then it became the Holy Roman Empire.
Right. And so when the Romans came down, they called them Idumea, but they were stationed in Hebron first, and also in Edom they was pushed to Hebron. Remember?
I mean, what's the point?
Right. This is my point. Okay, if he's saying that when you deal with the locations, right? Like he said, Moab is the Chinese, right?
Absolutely.
Well, hold on. Did not Israel go out when they went out of Egypt? Did they not pass through Moab?
Yeah. So what's your point?
It's not China though.
Ain't got no more power than USA.
Right, we know it's a people, but
where's Israel at? We call ourselves Israel.
Territory, man.
No.
And the ancient lands that they had is not the lands that they have now.
No, because the Jordanians is the Moabites.
No. The Moabites are the Chinese. Now, where the Chinese people are today is not in their ancient land of Moab. You know what I'm saying? But I don't even understand your point that you're trying to make in all this.
This is my point. My point is that, well, with his point, you know what I'm saying, we done with that because he still thinks that Moab is the Chinese. I can't really, you know what I'm saying?
You don't understand that,
the people of Moab is still there today, though.
No.
They Jordanians.
No. Moabites are the Chinese, but that's a whole other thing. You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
I'm not even talking
All right,
about
so
that. Ain't
what
the
scripture you
argument.
trying to get?
This is Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 27. It says, "And the Lord shall scatter you among the nations, and ye shall be left few in number among the heathen, whither the Lord shall lead you." Hey, give me it says, "And there ye shall serve gods, the work of men's hands, wood and stone, which neither see nor hear nor eat nor smell." It says, but are you listening or you?
Nah, because his brother. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother. Because his brother.
Right. It says, he said he was going to scatter us among the nations, right? The Israelites, right?
I see that.
It says, "And there ye shall serve gods, the work of men's hands, wood and stone, which neither see nor eat nor smell." It says, "But if from thence thou shalt seek the Lord thy God, thou shalt find him. If thou shalt seek him with all thy heart and with all thy soul, when thou art in tribulation and all these things are come upon thee, even in the latter days, if thou turn to the Lord." You know the Hebrew word for turn right here?
What is it? I don't know.
Shawab. It's the Hebrew word shawab, which means return.
Yeah, return.
So we left and the Lord turned his back on us. But if from these lands where we were scattered, we try to turn back unto the Lord, he said that he was going to have mercy on us. All right? So now check this out. This is the same account that it's talking about right here. This is Baruch chapter 2, verse 29. It says, "If ye will hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations where I will scatter them." Now, let me make a quick point. When we got scattered amongst these nations, we became like those nations. Some of us were counted heathen, like it says in the account of Matthew chapter 18. He said, "Hey, if you wander out of the way of this understanding, and somebody with understanding try to come to you and give you the understanding, and if he don't hear you, go get two or three more." And it says, if they don't hear them, then tell it to the whole church. If they don't hear the whole church, then count them as a heathen. Count that Israelite as a heathen. Not that he is a heathen, but count him a heathen. That's why Peter and them, when the Lord gave them that vision, now it's open up to the Israelite foreigners too. It's open up to you guys, because guess what? Even you Jews who know you Jews, you didn't even accept the Lord. And it says all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. So now you Israelite foreigners who became like these other nations and were called these other nations who the Jews did not deal with, He said, now it's time to deal with them. You know what I'm saying? It's time to deal with them. He said, and then Peter was like, no, not so, Lord. I've never eaten anything common or unclean. And down in that same chapter, in verse 28, he says that the Lord told me that I should not call any man common or unclean, because who he went to was the Israelite foreigners that he said, now you know that it is an unlawful thing for us that are Jews to keep company with one that from another nation.
Cornelius was a non-Israelite.
He was an Israelite. He was an Israelite.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Was when Christ came to that woman, she was a Syro-Phoenician. Was she an Israelite?
I get that mixed up. The Samaritan and no, she was an Israelite. It was the Samaritan woman that wasn't.
No. Not the other Syro-Phoenician woman. The one who he said it is not meat to give the children bread into the dogs. She was the Israelite. Oh, really?
Yeah, not the Samaritan, but the Syrophoenician.
Right, not the one who came to the well. He said, well, woman, if you know who I was, you would ask me to drink.
Right, now that was a heathen.
She was a heathen, because he never gave her the truth.
Right.
She was a straight heathen. He said, your fathers have inherited lies.
Yep. All right. And those was during the time of 2 Kings when them Africans, them Hamites was placed in our land. You know what I'm saying? And because they was placed in our land, and they had, remember the lions was tearing them up, they had to go get an actual Israelite to show them how to live in the land. And so after years upon years, they thought they were the actual Israelites.
Right, but was not the was not the Syrophoenician, right? I mean, was not Christ coming to gather both is the northern tribe and the southern tribe into one, right?
Well, it was that. And
but they rejected him, right?
Hold on. It was that point, the southern and the northern kingdom, and coupled with the uncircumcised and the circumcised.
Who was uncircumcised?
The Israelite foreigners.
Well, how is that when in Maccabees? What do you read about them being in Maccabees? When the temple was raided, it was in Jerusalem. They was the ones who was uncircumcised. It was the southern tribe.
Listen, when you kick off Maccabees 101,
okay,
it tells you that wicked Israelites went to the king of Greece to say, hey, can we change our laws and follow yours? He gave the decree that all nations should follow the laws of the Greeks. Henceforth, Israelites became Greeks. Henceforth, Israelites became Gentiles because they kept the customs. Timothy, let's talk about Timothy. His mother was a Jewish, his father was a Greek. And was his father an actual Greek? No, because for his mother to be a Jewish, she kept the law of the Israelites, which means by law, she has to marry an Israelite husband. She still married this man, knowing he's a Hebrew Israelite. He just kept the customs of the Greeks. That's why they thought Paul was bringing in Gentiles to the temple. Paul was set up to go to the Gentiles. But what did Paul say in 1 Corinthians 11 and 22?
The electoral
Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the stock of Abraham? So am I. Paul was set up for the Gentiles. So to be the stock of Abraham, you got to be what? From the sperm, the same bloodline. All these scriptures I'm reading is cutting the whole Gentile.
Okay, brother, hold on. I let y'all get y'all scriptures out. Let me get my scriptures out.
Well, I didn't.
Oh, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Because I was still in Acts 28 talking about what Paul was saying after his vision that he had. He was telling the people. He said in 28, and he said unto them, ye know how it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation, right? That another nation was talking about the Israelite foreigners, because it says that we count them as a Jew. He said that if one come that teach not this doctrine, avoid them. Don't deal with them. Count them as a heathen man. They didn't deal with the heathen people with these scriptures right here.
But they heathen themselves because Christ came to them, though. He said he called them the lost sheep of Israel. Right. It says he came to his own, but they received him not.
Talking about the Jews.
Okay, so listen. So how is it that you're saying that the northern tribe was lost, right?
Well,
but
see,
the southern
this is
tribe
what you have to understand.
Because they didn't receive him.
Hear me out. The northern kingdom was over here in North, South, Central America. Are you listening to him or are you listening to me?
America wicked, bro.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Why you listening
Because
to
he
him?
did. Go ahead. America wicked. America wicked.
You dealing with me? Are you dealing with me or are you dealing with him?
Other fucking countries.
And that's
Okay,
why
let's go over here, bro, because I don't, you know what I'm saying?
Let's go right here.
Right, let's go here, because he distracted me, you know what I'm
You
saying?
can't get distracted.
All
man.
right,
You can't
cool,
get distracted.
cool.
If you know, come on.
Go ahead.
Damn, see, you made me miss. What was I saying?
Okay.
That's my point.
We talked about,
see, you didn't let it.
Here
it is. It was.
I missed it too, man. Okay, so listen.
Dang,
the Israelite foreigners. We talked about the southern tribe. I said the southern tribe.
Let me go back to this.
They don't say nothing to him. Nothing.
Hey, one thing that dude, he was stopping with him, man. One thing that dude was in the last time. Man. Let's go ahead.
Hey, keep teaching, don't say a word to him.
Acts 10 and 28 once again. So it says how it is unlawful to keep unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation, right?
Right.
Let's click on that. It's a compound word. Foreign.
Right.
So we were the Israelite foreigners as well. Now, that's what we were saying. Before I get this, we were saying about the uncircumcision.
Right. No, that's perfect. Because the uncircumcision, who would that be? If by default the Jews were the circumcision, all right. By default, the Israelite foreigners would be the uncircumcised because they took on the customs of the Gentiles, which makes them uncircumcised spiritually, man.
Right.
Nothing made by hands. Like
Right. But okay, you talked about Maccabees. The Maccabees, right? The Greeks came down to Jerusalem.
Who first though? Who's the first of the Greece?
You mean which
Philip of Macedon?
Okay, you're right.
Starting the rule of the Edomites, because his bloodline goes back to the Edomites. Henceforth, Alexander the Great came on. You can read this all in Daniel. He came forth, split his kingdom up between Seleucus and Ptolemy. They took over Egypt, that land, and guess what? They started to take on those customs of all the other nations.
But that just was
same thing that messed us up in Deuteronomy.
Right, I understand, but that just was not the northern tribe. The southern tribe was influenced by that too, just as well because
that was what.
Because
I got it.
Right. Because your boy was coming to the temple. Remember?
I got it back. So that's what we was talking about. The Northern Kingdom, which was the so-called Latinos and Native American tribes, when they went into Assyrian captivity, the Lord allowed them to get out of that, and they came over to the Americas. By the time the Lord got here, they were over here in the Americas. Now, it was a few scattered amongst the Southern Kingdom that was still left over there, but the majority of them had came over here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why, really, when it talks about uncircumcision and circumcision, it was really talking about those Hellenized Israelites. You know what I'm saying? Those that took hold of the customs and the language and the religion of the Greeks. You know what I'm saying? And so we were Hellenized. And so for the Jews that was in Israel, they didn't deal with those Israelites who were Hellenized. You know what I'm saying? But when this came about in Acts 10, it was like, you know what? Y'all ain't even following the laws, you Jews. And you think that by following the laws, that's going to make you righteous. No. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was going to make you righteous, that means you had to follow every bit of the law, which nobody but the Lord did. And so because of that, the Lord was like, nah, this thing is going to be open up to them Israelites if you believe in me. You know what I'm saying? Those Israelite foreigners. Now check this out. Remember, it just said to another nation. The another nation is alophilos. It says alos, which is another. G5443. Phule, alophilos, phule, a tribe. In the New Testament, all persons descending from one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob. So here it is. And it ain't, for me, I ain't trying to cut you. I'm trying to edify you. Right. You know what I'm saying? And if the word cut you, then the word cut you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just giving you the truth.
Right. So when you get done with that scripture,
yes, sir.
Let me grab a scripture.
Yes, sir. It says, and he said unto them, ye know how it is unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation. Another nation was the Israelite foreigner. It just told you another nation was talking about, in the New Testaments, all the persons descending from one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob. And one of the sons of the 12 patriarch Jacob that was Hellenized, that was made to believe and act just like these other nations. Therefore, he wind up counting them as another nation. Those were the heathens. Those were the Gentiles that could come back. That's why in Romans it says that the Jews you cut off to bring in the Gentiles, meaning the Israelite foreigners. If you look up that word graft, you know what I'm saying, when they were grafted in, do you know the Greek word for that word graft?
What is it?
It is, if I'm not mistaken, is incontrenzo, which means to cut into in order to, matter of fact, let me just get it. I'm sitting up here with the phone that can get it. What's that, Romans what, brother? Watch this. Romans 11. And let me just. Yep. So, watch this.
This is the holy scriptures of the Bible, man. Because you got laws, statutes, commandments.
All right, graft. All right, to graft them in again, right? Matter of fact, it says, and they, this is Romans 11 and 23. It says, and they, talking about the Jews, also, if they abide not still in unbelief, because a lot of the Jews didn't believe in the Lord. They didn't believe in Yahushua. It said, and that's why they were cut off. It says, but, and they also, if they abide not still in unbelief, shall be grafted in. For God is able to graft them in again too. Now let's look up that word graft. Comes from the Greek word incontrenzo. It says to cut into for the sake of inserting a scion. You know what scion means?
What is it?
Let's look it up.
Read that one more time.
It says Amos 5 and 14.
S-I-O-N?
Nope. It's S-C-I-O-N.
Yeah, actually, you looked it up. I gotta look the scripture because I might have to get on about it.
So it says a descendant of one of the 12 tribes of Israel was going to be put into a descendant. You know what I'm saying? It says to insert, cut into, for the sake of inserting a descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, my brother. You know what I'm saying? We are the Israelites. That's why I'm gonna finish this, and then you got it. I'm gonna finish this while I was in Baruch. It says,
he can't take adversity.
and if ye will hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations whither I will scatter them. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. That's our people. But if the land, but in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves, and shall know that I am the Lord their God. For I will give them a heart and ears to hear. He's going to rest his Holy Spirit upon the elect of Israelites, even those Israelites who fell away. And at this point, we all fell away. And now we remembering ourselves. Now check this out. It says, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name, and return. In Deuteronomy, I read that about if we return to him. These are the Israelite foreigners who return to him. It says, from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers. That's why it tells us to follow the ancient paths, the laws, statutes, and commandments, knowing that we the Israelites, we are separate, holy people from all these other nations. It says, which have sinned before me. It says, and I will bring them again into a land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Who did he promise? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the sons of Jacob. It says, and I will bring them again into a land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they shall be lords of it. This is talking about the kingdom. When he set us in the kingdom, we're going to be lords of the kingdom. And I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their God, and they shall be my people, and I will no more drive my people of Israel out of the land that I have given them. And we're going to rule over all these other nations in righteousness, man.
Right.
What's
so
wrong with that?
Right. Listen, I have no problem with God establishing a theocracy with Israel to rule in righteousness.
That's
right?
it. That's what
because that's what they were chosen for, right?
Exactly. To be the rulers.
Now let me get you this scripture. Hit that Isaiah chapter 2 for me right there. Isaiah chapter 2.
You got a prophet. They showed him the future, what's going to happen.
Starting at the top?
Yeah, right there at the top.
The word means destruction, man.
Okay. It says, and the word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, concerned.
That chapter 2, yeah, that's it right there. Yeah, that's it.
The word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountains of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow into it.
Okay, so stop right there. When it says all nations shall flow into it. Now you just said the theocracy of Israel, right, is to rule over the nations.
That's said that. Well, that's what the scripture says.
That's what the scripture says,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Now, okay. And that being said, with that text you just read, continue reading, because it says all nations gonna flow into where?
Where did we get scattered to?
No, hold on. You just said, in order for you to...
I'm giving you the understanding.
If you said Israel is going to rule in righteousness...
The scripture says
right,
that.
Right, it says that, right?
The scriptures.
Okay, the scriptures definitely says that.
Yep.
So if they're going to rule in righteousness, who are they going to be ruling in righteousness?
They're going to rule over the other nations.
Okay, so look what it says there. Look, okay, let's continue reading.
Okay. It says, and many people shall go and say, come, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word from the Lord of Jerusalem.
Right, okay.
From Jerusalem.
Okay, cool. So if the theocracy is set up for Israel, right?
Absolutely.
Israel, right?
Absolutely.
And you're to rule in righteousness and judgment, right?
That's right.
So if you're ruling these people, this scripture that says that the nation is going to go up, guess what? To learn of the Lord, of his statutes and commandments. That's what it says.
In this point, it's talking about those Israelites who were scattered amongst all nations. Now listen to this. Okay. Listen to this. Ultimately, when we're in our kingdom, yes, we're going to teach them these law, statutes, and commandments. Now check this out.
All the nations, right?
All the nations.
Okay,
we're going to teach them this.
This happens in the kingdom.
Now, we have the promise of the law, statutes, and commandments being written in our minds and our hearts. We're never going to sin again in the kingdom. We're going to have the law, statutes, and commandments written in our minds and our hearts. That is part of the second covenant. The first part of it is the Lord giving us the spirit, the earnest of the spirit, which is the understanding of these scriptures, to separate ourselves from this world, to understand that, wait a minute, we've been lied to our whole lives. All this doctrine and false doctrine that you're in right now. And I was once in too. My man, I was in it too. And so I thank the Lord that he chose me out of that, man. Because I was doing some stupid
So this all I'm saying. Okay, so now that we established that, okay, we see that the theocracy of Israel will be set up and they will teach the nation.
Absolutely.
We both agree to that.
Yes.
Now, okay, can we get that Isaiah 56 then?
Yeah.
Let's get that Isaiah 56.
They're just gonna go hunt.
Can I read the scripture?
While I'm getting it, go ahead.
Perfect.
56 and what?
This is a prophecy. Psalms 149, and everybody in the comment board explain this, man. Because you're talking about us ruling the nations. This is what's going to happen. And ultimately, them learning our ways is after them, us putting them in slavery. Here's the scripture. Let the high praises of Yahweh be in their mouths and a two-edged sword in their hand. That's literal. To execute vengeance among the heathen, the actual Gentiles, all right, and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute the judgment that is written. Dishonor have all the saints. Praise ye the Lord.
And we have to do that because...
Okay, listen. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. Hold on, I'm going to explain that. Listen, because I'm going to tell you something. I agree that righteous judgment must be taken out, because anytime you got the police, right, sitting up here doing what they doing, or anytime you got judges putting court cases on TV, and then people getting out with bonds that know that they guilty, the righteousness that's going to be established is a righteous government, because this is a wicked government, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. So if you're going to be Israel, the people who still want to do wickedness, guess what you're going to do? Execute judgment on them. That's what the scripture says, right?
Well, yeah, you're right about that. But what he's saying, before they get to go back to their own lands and live, and we teach them their ways, and they have to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, and if they don't, they get the penalty for whatever it is, whatever sin they transgress, they get the penalty for whatever that is, may be, you know? But then guess what? Before that, why you think the Lord said in Thessalonians, he said, 1 Thessalonians or 2 Thessalonians 1:6, it says, for it is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. Talking about all these other nations that trouble us, we're going to recompense them. Hey, give me Jeremiah
let me ask you,
30 and 16.
Okay, let me ask you this. Okay, I got to get that Isaiah 56.
I got it.
All right, so listen. Okay, when it comes to establishing a righteous government, which is the 9th kingdom after the 8th in Revelation 7.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Hold on. Okay, no, I'm not jumping. Listen, just listen, feel me, listen. When it comes to establishing a righteous government, right? Okay. The 9th kingdom that we see is after the 8th in Revelation 17. This is Christ's kingdom, right?
You said the
9th kingdom.
No.
There's a kingdom that come after the 8th kingdom in the 7th.
Right. Well, see, that 8th kingdom is talking about America.
America, right? I mean, well, you said America, but I think it's talking about the beast system in general, the last beast.
Well, this is it right here.
This is the beast system, right? Okay, so listen, with an amalgamation of other.
Now listen. Now that you said that, that go right with Daniel.
Okay, Daniel 7,
and the
and
statue,
also the image also too.
You know the statue.
Daniel 2. Yeah, Daniel 2.
After the full statue is done, which at the bottom of the total,
the kingdom of Christ,
which is this right here, it says that the saints shall take the kingdom and rule and possess the kingdom forever and ever, even forever.
Oh, okay, cool. So I have no problem with that.
Okay.
Now here's my thing that I do have a problem with.
What's that?
Now, okay, Isaiah 56, right? If the theocracy is with you, right?
Israelites.
And you're gonna rule in righteousness, and you're ruling under Christ, then what that means is the government is gonna be on the shoulders of Christ and the people, right?
Yeah,
and
he said in Romans 8:16 that the Israelites are gonna be joint heirs with him.
Right, okay, cool. So let me ask you this. It's your job to teach the people, because that's what you was chosen for, right? Okay. Okay, so let's get Isaiah 56 then and see what that say then.
Well, where you want to start?
Okay, look what it says. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, keep judgment," and it says, "Thus saith the Lord, it says, "Thus saith the Lord, keep ye judgment and do justice, for my salvation is near." So this salvation is near.
Absolutely.
To come, and my righteousness to be revealed. It says, "Blessed is the man that doeth this, and the son of man that layeth hold on it, that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it," right? And keepeth his hand from doing any evil. It says, "Neither let the son of the stranger." Who is the son of the stranger here?
This talking about an Israelite, right?
Okay, let's continue reading then. Look what it says. "Neither let the son of the stranger that have joined himself to the Lord, saying, the Lord have utterly separated me from his people." Now let me ask you this. Now, this is Isaiah speaking, right? Now, so we see the son of the stranger, right? He's speaking, he's saying, listen, he's saying, the Lord has utterly separated me from his people. Who is the people right there?
Israelites.
Right, so hold on. You got a distinction now. You got, was Moses a stranger to his people? What do you mean was he a stranger? No, it's not talking about in that context though, it's the son of the stranger. So in other words,
so if I'm a stranger and I have a kid, he's the son of the stranger, we're the same nation.
Right, you're a stranger right now. Okay, we're strangers.
Wait, hold on, when you read that Isaiah, who was the Sabbath in that law given to?
It was given to all of Israel.
In Israel only. When you read Psalms 147, Israel only, not the other nations. So when it's talking to strangers, when you go into that word, it's Gar, which that's what Moses called his son, because he was a stranger in another land. So you can have Israelites born outside the land, hence making them Gentiles and foreigners.
But here's your problem with that. He says, you just said this. The covenant was given to all of Israel, right?
Right.
Okay, so let's continue reading. Look what it says. So you can know. When it says the son of a stranger, there's a distinction between the son of a stranger and also his people. Let's see what the son of the stranger is separated from, which you just said. It's the covenants. Watch what it says. Look what it says.
"Neither let the son of the stranger that have joined himself to the Lord speak, saying, the Lord hath utterly separated me from his people. Neither let the eunuch say, behold, I am a dry tree. For thus saith the Lord, unto the eunuchs that keep my Sabbaths and choose the things that please me and take hold of my covenant."
Okay, now stop right there. Now, you just said that the covenant was given to Israel, right?
The Israelites.
Okay, cool. Now, if a son of a stranger, and then you have also the people of Israel, if he's sitting back and he says, the Lord has utterly separated me from his people.
How did that happen?
Let me get a scripture.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm gonna explain it through a scripture.
Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 14 and 1. It says, "For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave unto the house of Jacob." Okay.
Go. We good. You good?
Yeah.
We good. Bro.
So that's what it's talking. These strangers right here, because guess what? Before I came into this knowledge of the truth, I was a stranger. When I heard the truth from those that had woken up, I now was joined unto the commonwealth of Israel, because now I'm no longer a stranger. You know, I'm no longer a Gentile. That's why Paul was saying, you know that ye were in times past were Gentiles. You know what I'm saying? Even as you were led because you were amongst all these other nations and doing the things that they were doing. Here it is. Matter of fact, check this out. Let me go finish reading this Isaiah 14:2 now. It says, and the people shall take them and bring them into their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and for handmaids. I'm gonna read that one again. I don't know if you was with me.
Right.
It says, and the people shall take them and bring them into their place. It says, and the house of Israel, the Israelites, shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and for handmaids.
It's not American slavery though, yo.
No. It ain't gonna be that slavery.
Right. You can't listen. Our people was enslaved, but we can't enslave them. We can't. That ain't how.
We're gonna do double unto them.
Yo.
So we just
wait a minute.
You got something?
Get that in Revelation. How we gonna do double?
2:26. You still an African American?
You say what?
You still African?
Bruh, let me have this conversation with these brothers, man. You know what I'm saying?
But he getting his ass sliced.
Come on, check it out. It says, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. It's going to be for a time that we're going to pay them back double what they did for us. Did you get that, Jeremiah?
Right, but listen,
you get that
Revelation? Bro, let me ask you a question. Is you going to be hanging people up in trees?
All that.
Oh, okay. You going to be raping people?
No, here it is. We ain't got to rape nobody. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? We're going to do, matter of fact, give me Jeremiah 30 and 16.
Was done like that, yo.
Give me Jeremiah 30 and 16.
Jeremiah.
But you know what though?
No, we're not going to do the abominations that they were doing to us. They would take us and put our own penis in our mouth and stuff like that. We ain't dealing with no homosexual stuff. Right. We ain't doing that. You get that?
Yeah, he got it. Jeremiah can talk.
Yeah, okay, we cool, we good, because I got it.
Let me get this last scripture.
Jeremiah 30 and 16, therefore all that devour thee shall be.
Call it and read it again.
Jeremiah 30 and 16.
Jeremiah 30 and 16.
Therefore all they that have devoured thee shall be devoured.
All they that devour thee shall be devoured.
And all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity.
Shall do what?
Shall go into captivity.
They shall go into
the wicked is going into captivity. Yeah,
these wicked nations.
Yeah, but not everybody is wicked though.
All these nations do not follow the law, statutes, and commandments, and don't believe in the true and living power.
I'm saying, but listen, everybody, the law, statutes, and commandments ain't went to everybody.
Not yet.
You know what I'm saying?
Not yet.
Right. So when they go to everybody,
but they still have done evil, wickedness.
Yeah, we all have done evil.
Okay.
We was doing evil before we even came to know this Bible, right?
Yeah, you're right about that.
I was gang banging, hustling, all types of stuff.
Hey, you're right about that.
The second Maccabees, the first Maccabees.
But yeah, but listen, go ahead, bro, because I know y'all gotta go and I gotta do something too.
Salaki, one last.
But listen, listen, I see y'all, man. I'm following y'all. I see y'all Chicago, GMS. I'm following y'all. So I'm gonna be getting that. I'm gonna respond. I'm just getting this so I can respond because I wasn't able to respond like I want to.
Okay.
But I'm just.
What's that gonna be on?
This is on G Consciousness. That's my YouTube. Yeah, that's my YouTube page.
But that's cool.
What's your name on that? Matter of fact, because you probably been understanding something because somebody believe me comments.
Well, I'm GMS the basics. Your girl just did something to me. I responded. I don't know if you watched it or I don't know if she watched it.
Okay, we're gonna check you out.
About that, because when I was on her I was listening to the little panel that she had going, and she called my apostle a rapist. I said, you bearing false witness. And then she came and did a video after that, and to me,
she brought a lot. Okay, she was responding to you, but she brought a lot of some good evidence on some stuff. Though.
No, that was no evidence.
I'm not saying it's not.
You need to watch my video.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna watch your video then. Because I know Tahar said some stuff that I seen
that you didn't understand. You misconstrued the words.
Well, I need. Okay, let me watch the video.
Yeah, because we don't advocate, we don't endorse rape. We don't. All we did, for one, is bring out "Thus saith the Lord" and all the accounts in the scriptures, because things happen in life when we were in our kingdom, and the things that happened, they had consequences, they had repercussions, they had laws, statutes, commandments, and different things. That's all we did. And so what the dude Bro Polite did during that whole thing where she got that goddamn video from, he was saying, all right, well, why y'all believe in the Bible if the Bible says this? Now, back in the ancient time, that's what happened sometimes. And this was the rule. Like, if a man went and took a woman and dealt with her, if she wasn't married or betrothed, if he did that, he would have to go pay the father, the 50 shekels, and he would have to marry that woman and take care of her for the rest of his life.
But it wasn't in no forceful manner like these two agreed upon that.
No, they didn't agree upon it necessarily. Sometimes they may have agreed. Sometimes. But then it was sometimes that the girl may not wanted to.
When my lady agreed to it, you know, I took about force, yo. She agreed to it. We both agreed to it. And I forced it. And she forced it too.
Exactly. So there are those accounts too.
We got 4 kids behind it.
Yep. There's accounts of that too. But I'm just saying that there are accounts of different things that happen.
What you talking about? We gonna deal with that. I got y'all. You got a page, bro?
Yeah, it's Shabaya.
Shabaya.
Okay. You said you're gonna do
listen, do me a favor. Leave a comment on one of my on Shabaya. Leave a comment. That way.
Did. You'll see it.
Yeah.
I already did it.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna check you out.
Deal with this last one, man.
All right.
Hey, this is Revelations 2:26. He that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end.
He that overcometh, so an Israelite that overcometh the flesh, overcometh this world,
right.
overcometh the lies, all right, overcome false doctrines that you're in right now. Go ahead.
To him will I give power over the nations.
To him will I give power over the nations.
You're gonna
right?
Establish the government.
To do what?
And he shall rule over them with the rod of iron, as a vessel of powder shall be broken into shivers, even as I received of my Father. Which means we're going to be knocking these heathens upside their head. Thus saith the book of Revelations. So your followers explain that.
I'm going to break all of that down.
But guess what? If the nations, after their slavery and their double payback that we give them after that, after they go to their lands and so-called Edom, the so-called white man, is going to be obliterated. There ain't going to be no more white man.
And so you know, I teach against the Babylon system too. I teach against all those kingdoms in this kingdom now. And then also, I don't just come down here with y'all because Polite got to get it too. I'm going up there to get with him. And also, guess what? If you look on my page, I'm going against certain things that Christians been doing, the same that they Christians. So everybody getting cut, yo, to be honest. So I'm going to deal with y'all information.
This
you said some things I agree with, but then there's some things I got to deal with. This is what you got to understand.
Starting off right now with Great Millstone on down, and those who teach the same exact doctrine, those are the prophets sent from Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai to warn our people, to edify our people, all right, to exhort our people, okay? Those who reject it and don't come to this doctrine will be destroyed by that thermonuclear fire.
For GMS doctrine, because
it ain't no
ISUPK ain't with that.
Listen, whoever is not teaching what the apostles of Great Millstone on down are teaching.
Could they be wrong though?
Could who be wrong?
Could the apostles from Great Millstone be wrong?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
Wait, Jeremiah 3:15, it says that the Lord is going to send you pastors according to my heart that will feed you with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right? So there are.
We've seen many pastors.
Okay, no. I'm talking about the pastors that were sent. I ain't talking about false pastors and teachers. You know what I'm saying? Check this out. Is there teachers that were sent by the Most High in the world right now?
Definitely, yep.
Great Millstone on down. No, you're not one of them unless you repent and come to the knowledge of the truth.
We gotta go. I mean, you gotta go, bro. I got you. I'm gonna read. What's your name on there?
I'm GMS, the basics.
That's my and you Shemaiah, is it?
Scriptures going on the page right now.
Okay, we got you, bro.
This is Matthew 5:37. But let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay. Whosoever more than these commit of evil, because you say you believe what we saying, but you don't.
No, I don't believe everything you're saying.
Right.
So you can't be in the middle of it.
Right.
You either have to
because you got false teachers out in the.
There's way more false teachers than true teachers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So that's what I'm saying.
But Great Millstone on down will be manifest to be the true teachers of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay. So with that, shalom.
All right, brother. You can't dab me up. I can't get no dab. He can't even dab me up.
It's all good. It's all good.
You can dab me up. All right. I got y'all. All right. Hey, so as y'all can see, we definitely got some material, y'all. we got work to do. So, you know what I'm saying? We got material. So we're gonna deal with the material, you know what I'm saying? So everything, the footage is for a reason, you know what I'm saying? We got the footage for a reason. The brothers say they've been already on my page already, so they've been leaving little things. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna deal with the footage and we're gonna get off into these scriptures, man, and really go in on these brothers, you know what I'm saying? But listen, we're I'm trying to head down to Israelite Tried and Refined, man. Is they out, man? Where them brothers at, man? Tell them when I say what's popping. I'm coming over to them next. I can get a good conversation with them, brothers. I can't get a good conversation with these guys. We finna get y'all a good conversation. They should be out here. We just walking down through Chicago, man. You know what I'm saying? I need to find out where they at. I might have to take an Uber because I don't know where they at. Hey, Sister Cherry, you know where they at? Somebody hit up vocab, man. Hit vocab up. Nah, man, they got Rositas or something like that. They got some good pieces. But listen, somebody asked vocab, man, where Israel Tried and Refined at IRT, man. We ITR. Somebody hit up vocab. Cause I'm finna go where they at right now, man. We can get a good conversation from them guys. What time is it, matter of fact? Hey, Sister Cherry, hit up Israel Tried and Refined. Excuse me, son. So we can I'm finna go get up with them brothers. I don't know where they at though. The police parked all in the middle of the street. I should go buy that jersey. Which I think I should get that jersey, that Jordan jersey. Oh, they shutting their doors. They finna lock up for the night. You said take a left. Yeah, but as y'all can see, when you hit that Isaiah chapter 2 up, it tells you that once God established his kingdom in his theocracy, that Israel is going to fulfill what God tells them to do. And that's very important, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of nations is going to go up to be taught from God. And then also, what he don't know is that Gentiles are partakers of the promise too, and we will also be ministering to people in the millennium reign. So in the millennium, you know, there will go for time to where God is ruling and reigning and putting down all types of rebellion. So that's clear. So you can't escape that. So those are things that I agree with him on that. But as he stated openly, that basically the nations that they will be teaching the nations at the end. And so ultimately, if you're gonna rule in righteousness and you're gonna judge, you can't be ruling like how these brothers out here talking to these people. So just using a little bit of reverse psychology on them. You see how I went down the street and I said I'm an African at one end, and then came down the street and said I'm your brother at the other end. You know, a little reverse psychology on them, you know what I'm saying? And they know it because when they came down there, they was like, oh, you our brother down here, but at the other end, you was an African, this and that. So, you know, getting the footage so when you go back and you do the work on them, you can actually show that they being deceptive and they deceiving people. They deep down there, yo, look. That's the, hold on for me. Hold on, man. It's about 40 of them down there. Hold on, y'all. Let's see. This just deep down there. Look. Hold on. Look at these brothers down. They deep. I'm trying to figure out how to get this out the way. Look at these brothers, man. They deep. Look, that's all of them right there, y'all. Hey, look at them, man. Man, that's a whole football team, y'all. Look. They looking over here. They know what time it is. Look. That's a whole football team, y'all. Look. They finna start yelling, y'all, how much shimmy by y'all shot, whatever. But yeah, man, we finna get out of here, man. These brothers huddled up over here. You know what I'm saying? We got the brother Shapai. I don't know how to say his name. We gonna deal with these brothers, what they got going on. Don't get it twisted. Y'all can see I'm walking down this street right now, man. I'm basically we got the brothers, look at those other brothers right there. They coming from everywhere. You see them? Look, look at they deep right here. They should know us. Is it? Nah, this ain't them. I'm trying to find ITR, man. I'm finna get that ITR, man, and go down here. But yeah, as y'all can see, they deep out here, yo. It's about at least about 30 of them out here right now. They was deeper last week or the week before when we came out here. I don't know what this dude's saying behind me, but I need to. Hold on, y'all.
So next day, I just heard.
All right, cool. All right, so yeah, but we need to if somebody know I need to get an IRT, man, or ITR. Yeah, but y'all see how deep they is on that corner right there? Like, they split off into 3 groups. They had 2, 3, or 4, so as you can see, what's gonna happen is eventually brothers gonna have to start grouping up. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to start grouping up and coming out here getting these corners back. Christians gotta get these corners back, yo. That's what gotta happen. Because these guys are false teaching. And so Christians got to get these corners back, yo. That's just plain and simple. As y'all can see, they got these corners, yo. They definitely got these corners. But we got to do the work, man. We ain't doing the work out here, yo. We ain't doing the work. And then really what it is it's not really about screaming and yelling or whatever the case may be. Oh, okay, here they is right down here. Okay, we walking up on them right now. They actually was right down the street, so they see me coming, so we finna get at these guys, man. I'm gonna have to go live off my other phone. I'm finna run out. Now, you know what? I got a whole nother battery. A whole nother battery.
Let me show you.
Come on. Hold on. can't be messing with y'all, man. Look, y'all got the police sitting over here in the middle right here, man.
Hey, bro, you say we don't go in the hood, man. Niggas get shot right there all the time, bro.
I can't do it, man.
Can't do what?
Police sitting, I was playing game. What's up with y'all though? Look at Elazar right there. Gorilla Hebrew in the building. What's poppin'? You got the gorilla in the beat. What's up? What's up?
Yeah, what's going on though, bro?
We
just about to wrap. We just wrapped it up.
Y'all wrapping up? Man.
Yeah, we just wrapped it up, man. Where you been?
I was down there with GMS.
Why did you say that I said the Jeremiah 30 was only talking about the northern kingdom? Which I never said that.
Jeremiah 31.
31.
No.
We said that that's only dealing with the northern kingdom, which we never said.
No. It's dealing with both kingdoms. I would have never said you said, unless I said that by mistake.
You probably did,
because it deals with both kingdoms. Yeah, you said both kingdoms. You said what you did was this. What I did say. You said you tried to direct Romans chapter 11, right?
Off of Jeremiah.
Right,
11.
Jeremiah 11.
Yes.
But what you did was you did two trees. No, they're branches.
So it was a wild.
There's a wild olive tree,
right,
and then there's also not a natural tree. The regular tree, right?
Which is the actual root. Right. But again, we went to Jeremiah because he was referring to a prophecy. You know how the branches became wild because they were broken off.
No, they can't become wild because if you look at the Romans chapter 11, it says they was wild by nature already.
Right, but see, because they grew up where they were carried off to.
Listen.
If you have, why you think he kept mentioning forefathers under the cloud, under the pillar? Right. Because he's trying to tell you, you are of this bloodline. Even though you've been over here for some generations and you've been keeping the customs of who you're surrounded around, like the scriptures say, Ezekiel 11 tells you that there's small sanctuaries of Israel scattered amongst the heathens.
Yeah, right, definitely.
And then I asked you, over there, I said, who was the everlasting covenant for? You said Israel.
Okay, yeah, it is Israel. But hold on.
So how can you sit here and make it seem like...
Because of that covenant was also the non-Israelites also in that covenant. It was given to Israel.
Okay.
But hold on, can a non-Israelite be enjoined into the covenant?
No!
Hey, okay. All right, grab, well, man, I got my...
Grab it. Nowhere Yahweh made any promises or covenants with anybody outside.
All right, so Isaiah, Genesis chapter 17. Let's look at it. Right, let's look at it.
What about it?
That's the nations grabbing.
What about it?
Let's look at it. Let's go there.
Okay. Just like the same thing we told you, right? You know the nations, again, like you said in Proverbs 29:2, when the righteous rule, the people rejoice. When the wicked are in rule, the people mourn.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. When Israel's ruling in righteousness,
that's why they're going to rejoice, bro.
And that's right.
I want to grab salvation because when
salvation of who?
Of
the whole world.
Israel, the salvation.
Right.
Salvation is only for Israel.
All right. So listen. So watch this. Right. So look, this is Genesis chapter 17, right? Yeah. Genesis 17. Look what it says. It says, and let's go to 6.
Israel, I can't go to the kingdom of heaven.
You of Israel.
See what I'm saying? The scriptures don't teach what he's saying.
No, show us the scripture that teach.
Hold on, bro. Listen, bro. We're not gonna do this.
All right.
We're not gonna do this, bro. Okay. First of all, you have to have faith first in Yahweh Shai. And you have to be of the stock of Abraham. You can have all Israel's not Israel. Paul said that, bro.
Right, but hold on. Wait.
Israel,
but he asked a good question.
I know that. But the question, but you just said, yeah, that's what they teach, but you didn't give context.
No, but this,
like you did
okay,
in your
listen.
videos,
Can
bro.
you be, if he's not of Israel, right?
We didn't say, okay. What do you mean not of Israel?
If
as far as his stock?
If his stock is not Israel, what's his place? Where he come in at?
His faith and his understanding of the foreknowledge.
Okay.
The foreknowledge.
Okay, all right, so hold on.
What's the foreknowledge?
So hold on. Okay, hold on. So he doesn't, so what you're saying is, he doesn't have to be an Israelite.
What I'm saying is that the elect of Israel will have the foreknowledge. That's what the Bible says.
Okay, what do you mean the elect of Israel?
Read me 1 Peter. That's what I'm saying.
No, I know, but hold on.
No, you don't. You just said
listen,
bro, because you know what, bro? You said some things about me, bro, that was out of order, bro. You put words in my mouth, too, bro. That shit ain't cool, bro.
Listen.
That ain't cool, bro. I saw your videos, bro. You put words in my mouth, bro.
Why didn't you address it then?
What do you mean? Why you didn't address it? Hold on, bro. Why you didn't address it when you was right here that day, bro?
You was talking to vocab the whole time.
Bro, you was standing right.
Right. So listen. So listen, when I cut in, guess what y'all start doing? Going back and forth. I let y'all get it in. Hey, listen, what happened to you calling me? What happened to you calling me?
What do you mean when you call? I text you.
When did you text me? I didn't get a text.
When you gave me your number.
But I didn't get, I mean, did you call me when I did the shows though?
Bro, I text you, bro. I said, text, this is my number. I text you, I said, hit me back when you get it. You said, cool.
You said we was gonna talk, we was gonna do something.
And I text you, you said, I'm gonna hit you when I get it. You said, cool,
but listen, bro. Our argument is this, right? Is the non-Israelites, where is they place in the kingdom?
Non-Israelites never got a covenant.
Okay, well,
like the Bible says.
Let's read
what
this
is it
then.
so hard for you to understand?
Let's read the text then.
Read.
All right, look what it says. It says, neither shall thy name anymore be called Abraham, right? But thy name should be called, Abram. Thy name should be called Abraham, for a father of many nations have I made thee, right? Right. Many nations, right? Now look what it says. Okay. I will make thee exceeding fruitful, and I will make nations of thee, right?
Was not Ephraim called a nation?
Okay, cool, that's fine.
Fruitful. Okay. Was not Ephraim called a fruitful nation?
Right. But
that's one tribe.
But other children came from Abraham, though.
Okay, fine, but the covenant was through who?
Okay, but let's look at it.
Nah, bro. Look, you gonna answer my question, bro. You gonna answer my question.
It's through Isaac. It's through Isaac, right?
And then through who?
It's through Isaac.
Then through who?
It's through Isaac and Israel.
And after that, then who?
And it's through Isaac, Israel, and who else?
Who else?
No else. All right, listen. Let's bring out the scriptures, though.
Hold on.
Let's get the scriptures.
No, let's deal with the covenants that you keep running from.
I'm trying to read it.
You running from it. You talking about nations, but we dealing with covenants. Ishmael, we know Ishmael.
But let me
listen,
read,
bro.
I'm going to show you the.
Hold on real quick.
Ishmael was blessed,
hey,
bro.
listen, Akim.
Right.
Akim, please.
Ishmael was blessed.
You can't talk to three people.
But let's read it, though.
You can't talk to three people.
But let's read it.
Okay? Now let me finish making my point.
All right, go ahead.
Covenants. You keep, the question you keep asking me is, can non-Israelites get what?
Get the covenant, get salvation.
I'm asking you, not you, Rob.
Yes, they can.
Okay, who was the covenant given to?
It's given to Israel.
Okay, now show me a scripture where the covenant was given to everybody.
I'm trying to show you.
So that's in Genesis 17?
I'm trying to show you right now.
Okay, hold on, wait a minute. So, which covenant is that?
What do you mean what's coming? That's the covenant of Abraham to be partakers of the land. And the promise, which is the seed, which is Christ.
So where's salvation at?
Which is the seed,
so where's salvation?
It's in Christ, it's the seed.
No.
Salvation is the seed. Let's read it. Well, look what it says. Neither shall thy name anymore be called Abraham, but thy name should be called, Abraham. For a father of many nations have I made thee. And I will make thee exceeding fruitful, and I will make nations of thee, and kings shall come out of thee, right? Okay, now, let's keep reading. And I will establish my covenant between me and thee and thy seed after thee in your generation.
Okay, who that seed? Who is that seed?
That's Israel.
There you go.
That's Israel.
I guess you got another point.
Listen,
go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Watch this. That's Israel, and also what's coming from Israel. Now watch what it says. Okay. To thy God.
Hold on. Who came from Israel?
Christ. The seed.
And who was that?
And Christ supposed to bless the nations.
What nation?
Okay, hold on. So his son,
as well as Israel.
Hold on. But his blood was shed for who? The repentance of who?
It was shed for many.
No, you added to the scriptures. Now I'm gonna bring out scripture. No.
I can't even get it.
No, bro, because you just added.
Let me get a scripture.
Hold on, bro. You just read and you just took that out of context. You just said his blood. Listen, bro, don't talk to your audience.
Let me get a scripture.
No, bro. Let me just say something.
Right, go ahead.
You just said that the Lord shed his blood for all people. That's not in the scriptures. You've been adding to the scriptures, bro. Yes, you haven't. Because we're going to get the scriptures.
Listen.
Give me Acts 5. No.
Acts 5.
Let me read, bro.
Okay, let's go to Acts 7.
Let me read, bro. Because you adding. You and your boy be adding. And you put words in my mouth, bro. You foul for that. I thought you was cool, bro. I ain't call you out your name.
I ain't call you out your name either.
Yeah, but you put words in my mouth, bro. That's foul.
No. I said I played your whole tape,
bro. You said that we said that was only the northern kingdom,
No, bro. You want to go back and listen to it?
You got to go back and watch it,
and I told you if I said that, I said my fault.
Okay,
but what I meant to say,
no, I didn't say that.
Well, what I meant to say is because you said it the whole time.
You said all of Israel, bro.
It's made with the northern and also the southern kingdom.
That's Israel,
right. That's what you said.
But you didn't say that in your video. Read, bro. Let's see who the Lord blood shed it for. Because you said everybody when the scriptures don't say that. See, when people start lying on me, I don't got time for that,
bro. I'm not lying, bro.
That's fuck nigga shit. Go ahead.
All right, this is Acts 5 and 29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey Yahweh rather than men.
And mind you, Peter and them was talking to devout Jews that came from all different nations. Those were Israelites who were carrying over to those nations because that prophecy is in Isaiah 11. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, Isaiah 11, yeah.
What is Isaiah 11?
When it talks about to it should the Gentiles seek a root coming from Jesse, basically.
Right.
Right. And it says to it. Then it talks about the Israel being gathered from the Parthians, Elam, and all those areas. Yeah.
So that's Israel, right?
Right. But okay, when you mentioned the Gentiles, the Gentiles.
Answer my question, bro.
The Gentiles are not Israelites.
No. The Gentiles are Israelites who were scattered to go very off to those lands. Yes, bro. Yes. You running, bro.
I'm trying to run right to the scripture.
Who was carried off?
Israel was carried off. Right. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that.
We obey God. But you're adding to the word.
No, you won't even let me read the word.
Okay, but you read all nations, then you said the
No, I'm not even done yet.
Okay, but the thing is, you made a statement saying that the Lord shed his blood for all people.
It's right here.
Hold on. It don't say he shed blood for all people.
It's right here.
It said through his seed.
It's right here.
And who's his seed?
It tells you. What is the was the seed of Abraham just circumcised, or was the seed of Abraham just circumcised?
We'll deal with that. Don't run like vocab.